Andy will continue, and again, it sounds very laudable, very, very environmentally friendly. Not that I'm a fan of environmental friendly. Andy will continue to extend the green spaces, the Green Spaces Fund. And this has supported 80 community initiatives to bring unused or derelict green areas back into use for local people.
Yep.
I think there might be one around the corner from me, actually.
Yeah, possibly. So, on the face of it...
Good old Andy.
Sounds good, on the face of it. But when you put this in context, I only could find 5 pledges. This is one of them. So rather than talk about crime, our kids stabbing each other to death, on all the other issues we have in Greater Manchester, he thinks this is in his top 5 because he made a pledge about it. Now, do we want our brownfield sites or derelict lands turned into nice green environmental havens to local communities? Yeah, of course. Would that get on my top 50 problems of Greater Manchester? No, it wouldn't. So first of all, this shouldn't be a mayor problem. This is a council problem. So let the councils work on this. It's also a community problem as well. So if community groups get together, which they've done to apply for money off him, well, apply for money off the lottery. Apply for money off all these other places you can get money on and do it up. The community then takes responsibility for it. All fantastic. I've worked on projects like that. I've not got a problem with it. But for a city mayor to spend 1 second of his time on this issue and on this pledge just shows the level of this mayor we've got, that he doesn't think anything else is more important than this. It's, again, this is for votes. This is for those middle class people on the outskirts of Greater Manchester who are criticising him for allowing buildings and housing estates on the Greenbelt land, and he's trying to compensate some of that. He wants the green lobby on his side. He wants the eco nutcases on his side. This is, again, another piece of virtue signalling, and I'm sick of it. This pledge here should be about knife crime. It should be about burglary. It should be about a failing police force. It should be something important. That's hard work that he might take some criticism for, but at least we could go, Andy Burnham's a bit of a waste of space, but
At least he tried.
He's trying to tackle the real issues.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never met anybody in the last couple of years when I'm going on about, running for mayor, who've said to me, Nick, my priority is some extra green space in my neighbourhood. People have said, I don't want my green space to be taken over by a housing estate.
Yeah.
They've said that to me lots of times, but they've never said, I want to turn a piece of wasteland into a green resort for the neighbourhood. No one's ever said that. That's the one for me, which is a slap in the face. It's it's
an insult. You're right.
It's an insult. It's like that's the best you can do. At least the other two that I've criticised on the welfare and the social services, at least there is a problem there to be solved. I think he'll make it worse.
Yeah.
But there is a problem to be solved there.
Yeah.
But this is just, if that's the best he can come up with one of his 5 pledges, it's just pathetic.
I agree. And what is staggering about those 5 pledges, there is not one pledge there related to crime and the police. And this is a man who is in charge of Greater Manchester Police.
Fully in charge of the police.
And there's not one pledge there where he's saying, I'm going to do this to stop young people being stabbed or whatever. I mean, we've already recounted in this episode, previous episodes, and the episode before, serious crimes taking place against young people within the Greater Manchester area. Yeah. And within his pledges there's nothing about that.
Nothing.
And that is something he can do without spending money, without demanding more tax offers, without promising things that he can never deliver, because he's in charge of it and he's already got a budget. This
exactly.
Yeah, and
he's got the budget. He's in charge of it, but more than that, he's legally responsible for Greater Manchester Police. He is the police crime commissioner.
Yeah,
he could revolutionise the police. What he should be doing is, I'm going to give us the police force that every police force in the country is going to want to copy. Look what I'm going to do here.
Yeah.
Look how crime's falling.
Yeah.
Look how public trust in the police are increasing. I mean, that's a problem you should be tackling. Public trust in the police, because a police force cannot be successful when the public don't trust them. I was at a conference once with Peter Fahey, who was he's a chief constable of the Greater Manchester Police, several chief constables back
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
And he said a stat that surprised me. It's always stayed with me. He said that Greater Manchester Police only solve 4% of crime by an officer being there. And he said the rest of it is investigations based on the public telling us stuff.
Oh, really?
So a police officer stumbling upon a crime is 4% of all crime being stopped in Greater Manchester.
The other 96% is people reporting crime.
Reporting crime, working with the police.
Yeah.
So that just shows how important it is, public trust in the police, because if we don't have trust, we don't get the public working with the police and wanting them to do well and trusting them and telling them stuff. And that's impacting the police across the country at the moment. So he should be working out and doing projects on trust growing in the police. So we respect them again, so we trust them. Not even done that. And we've said, how many times have we said in our podcast, kids stabbing each other to death? He never says a word. He never speaks to the family. There's no videos of him sat next to the crying mother going, do you know what? I should have done better and I will do better. Now I've met you, I will do better. And I am responsible, and my apologies, because if I'd been better at me, and take some responsibility and show the people you care and show the people that you're not passing the buck to someone else. I am responsible for this and I'm sorry, and it changes today, and the police will have my support, and we're going to crack down on this, and you're going to be hopefully you'll be the last mother I ever speak to who's in, and that's what we want from our leaders. But he'll just go, speak to my deputy. I gave responsibility to my deputy. Speak to my deputy.
That's too hard for him to address.
It is.
And too controversial, and endangers his path the way he's going.
Can you imagine what the average police officer would do if they saw him on TV going, I'm not having this. I want criminals caught. I want people being stopped and searched for knives. And if the police are called racist, they're not. I'm the one who told them to do it.
Yeah.
If he was on TV doing
supporting them,
police officers would go, finally, we've got some support.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, as a police officer, you're looking at someone, and everyone's got the camera phones out. You're going to be filmed, and you're going, has he got a knife or has he got a knife in his pocket? It looks a bit of a bulge. I'm not going to search you because all these people are going to film me. And if it turns out to be a mobile phone, I'm going to be a racist copper on TikTok. I'm not going to search him. Where if he knew the mayor's going to stick up for me, I am searching him, and it turns out it was a phone. Well, the mayor's still sticking up for me.
Yeah.
You cannot abandon your troops and expect them to do a good job. Troops need a leader. They need someone who'll take a bullet for them, not throw them under the bus every time something goes wrong and there's a bit of bad PR on Twitter and on TikTok. If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and comment. And if you like what I'm saying about running for Mayor of Greater Manchester, then stick around. Tell your family, tell your friends. The only way I'm going to have a chance of winning is a grassroots movement. So be part of that movement and hit that bell. Thanks.